Hello guys, this is Eli J. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and welcome to another classic Bionicle review. And in this, I am going to be going over the original 2001 Toa. Also known as the Toa Mata these days, because at the time of the release, we did not know that there were other Toa in the Bionicle universe. So, we call them Toa Mata today to identify them from any other Toa in the series. And we call them the Toa Mata because they were the Toa that protected Mata Nui. Kind of the thing with the three main Toa teams, each being named after an island or a city that they had protected at one point. You know, the Toa Mata on Mata Nui, the Toa Metru on Metru Nui, the Toa Mari of Mari Nui. So, here we go with the original Toa that came out in 2001. And I'm going to say that I was going to actually start off with the 2001 Matoran, since I said in my earlier videos during my evolution of a Hero Factory Hero video series, I was going to start with the 2001 Matoran, but I'm still working on getting all the parts I need for them. I'm missing like one disc and one arm, so I will go over to the 2001 Matoran eventually, but I figured may as well start with the Toa since I did get them all complete. Managed to get all the parts that I needed that I didn't have in order to rebuild these guys, because some of them would break over the years, such as Liwa and Tahu having their arms breaking, and also Pohatu and Anua each having a leg break. So I just had to get some new pieces to fix all of that. But anyway, here we go with all 6 of the original Toa right here. And I'm going to be going over what makes them all similar, and what makes them all different. I'm going to start off by using Tahu right here, the Toa of Fire, the first Toa that I had personally gotten. I remember getting this at Walmart, although I was a bit surprised that he came in a canister instead of a box, like I was expecting for him to. So Tahu right here, he is the Toa of Fire, and you can tell that because he is red and orange, and he has a flame piece. The sword weapon that he carries is a fire weapon. And on the back of each of them is this gear, and it will, on some of the Toa, turning the gear will move one of their arms. On some of them, it will move both of their arms, and on one, it'll move a leg. I'm pretty sure if you're a longtime Bionicle fan, you should know which is which. Tahu, Liwa, and Kopaka each have only one arm that moves. Gali and Onua each have 2, and I will show that off. See? 2 arms moving. And with Pohatu, he has a leg that moves when you turn the gear. And the reason for that is because Pohatu's main body piece is actually upside down, so that way, the gear on the back will move his leg instead of one of his arms. And this set does include a Lego rock that you can use to kick around. I don't have it with me, but it comes in the set, so you can use that to kick around, or have him kick around just about anything. Okay. Now they, of course, all have their differences, besides how 3 of them move 1 arm, 2 move 2 arms, and 1 moves a leg. But they also have some similarities as far as appearances go. Well, for example, Liwa, Tahu, and Kopaka pretty much are close clones of one another. They all have one of these weapon arm pieces for one arm and have a completely different arm on the other side. In Liwa's case, the arm will swing about because it's connected differently from how Tahu and Kopaka's other arms are connected. And I think that is because he is the Toa of Air and he needs to swing through the jungle. Of course, for Generation 2 fans, he became the Toa of Jungle instead of the Toa of Air. And Lewa carries this axe right here, which is pretty good for helping him to cut through the vines in the jungles of Mata Nui. And all three Toa also have this black ball piece on their chest. Pohatu also has two of those black ball pieces, but they are on his shoulders instead of on his chest. Though I think that I saw in the instruction booklet for when you make the Toa Kayita that Pohatu was supposed to have a black ball piece on his chest, just like with Tahu, Lewa, and Kopaka, but the actual set does not have that. I guess that they were going to have that be the case at some point, but they decided to scrap the idea. But by the time they did, the pictures for the different pieces of the Toa for the instruction booklets that shows you to build the Toa Kayita was already printed out, and it was too late to change it. Now, Gali and Onua also have pieces that connect to their chests, but they are different. In Gali's case, she has one of the blue ball cut pieces used for a chest piece on her chest. None of the other Toa in the series have that, which is quite unique. And Gali is also unique in that she wears a translucent mask, since she is the Toa of water. And Onua, well, he is made very differently in that his head actually connects to his chest instead of the top of his body, making him hunchback, pretty much making him the Quasimodo of Bionicle. And they all have different weapons. As I've said, Tahu has his flame sword, Lewa has his axe, Kopaka has this blade, and he also has this shield piece right here, which is quite interesting. It has been used in other LEGO sets before, and even after the release of Kopaka. Gali has her hook pieces, Onua has his claws, and Pohatu, he doesn't carry a weapon in any of his hands. Instead, you see these add-on pieces on his feet? Those are his weapons. Now, Pohatu and Gali also have additional friction pieces, like these pins right here. Pohatu has them on his legs, and Gali has them on her lower body. And I guess some fans are probably wondering why those were added in there. Well, I think that the reason why they were added on to Pohatu and Gali, or any of the Toa, for that matter, is they were put there for building the Toa Kayita. You use these pieces to connect the three main body pieces of each of the Toa together. And with the Toa by themselves, it actually does look pretty cool anyway. Now, they also have different ways of attaching their legs. You see, these four over here, their legs are connected facing this way, with the big Y bit pointing downward, but for Gali and Onua, they are instead facing the other way, facing upward instead. That is pretty cool. And they also have different color eyes, such as Lewa having the lime green, Onua having the regular green, Gali having yellow, Kopaka blue, Tahu red, and Pohatu orange. So that is about all that I have to say about each of the Toa Mata as a whole series. They pretty much have so much in common with one another that I just could not be bothered to create individual videos about them, because they all have similar things about them, and there really isn't too much difference in between each of the characters. I am also going to say that if you can get the mask packs, you can also get alternative masks for each of the Toa to wear, each one being each other's masks, but in various different colors, and that works out in the story because the Toa do need to collect different masks for them to use on their adventures as they fight against the different monsters on the island of Mata Nui. And of course they do gain gold masks at some point, which came out in 2002, and then much later, these guys transformed into the Toa Nuba. But we will talk about the Toa Nuba in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and the next review that I do plan on doing is one on the Turaga of Matanui, although one of them is missing an arm at the moment, but I should be able to get one of those maybe in the next week or so. But as soon as that's complete, that is my plan for the next set review. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy all sorts of different reviews that I do on the classic Bionicle sets. I will be trying to do each and every one, although I have already done some a couple years back, so I'm not going to be going over those again, because why review the same sets twice? So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.